Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel, The Holistic Boss. It's Coach Renee, your holistic health and wellness strategist. Today's video, I am going to be making a smoothie that's going to give me the automatic energy that I need to flourish throughout the rest of my day. But before I get started in making that smoothie, I want to talk about two ingredients that I'm going to be using. And you've probably seen in previous videos where I talked about Chlorella and Hemp Parts. So Chlorella, I'm going to be using this powder. It's a green algae, right? A green algae. And Chlorella is chock full of vitamins like B12. It's a good iron source. And the thing that I like about Chlorella most, and the reason why I use it so much, it's green, it's dark green, right? Is because it binds up to heavy metals that's inside of our body. And then it pushes those metals out, those toxins, right? And when I talk about heavy metals, I'm talking about, things like amalgams that's in your mouth, right? The silver fillings that's in your mouth. Those are heavy metals. And I had my amalgams removed several years ago because, of the potential harm that it could have on my body. So it's a very kind of serious procedure, when you have those removed. Only specific dentists are able to do that or are licensed to do that. So you want to be very careful, because I thought that it was contributing to the decline of my health. So I wanted to get those heavy metals removed, those amalgams, right? And, so not only is this loaded with a plethora of vitamins and minerals, it has B12 and it has 50 to 60% of protein. This is a plant protein, right? So that's what I'm going to be using in my smoothie. That's going to give me the energy, the power that I need today, right? And then the other thing is the hemp parts. There's a lot of talk about hemp parts. Is it CBD inside? No, there's no CBD inside of these hemp parts, right? This is a complete plant protein as well. And these hemp parts also help to remove toxins from the gut. So remember, I always talk about how can we eat, drink healthily to help remove toxins from our body, right? And so these are just some of the simplest ways to remove toxins from the body, to remove heavy metals from the body, right? Heavy metals is part of our problem too, our health problem. Now, I would highly advise, before you go purchasing Chlorella, I use spirulina as well, but before you go purchasing Chlorella, you want to do your research, because not all Chlorella is created equal. You want to look for the Chlorella that has the correct cells in it, right? So ask the professional whenever you can't just find this in a regular grocery store. You have to, I buy mine when I go home to California, and I go to specific natural food stores to find this in the bulk section. And I'm very particular on what I select, how I select my food, right? So you always want to ask before you start buying something that you've never used. Ask the store guide, or the lady or the man that's in the store, that's in that holistic nutrition section, because they should be savvy enough to understand what they are selling in that store, right? So ask before you buy. I would not recommend finding this online unless you really, unless you really know what you're looking for, right? So be super careful about that. And just make sure that these items are organic when you buy those, okay? All right, so I just wanted to talk about those. And if I didn't say so, this also is full of omega-3s, and it has omega-6 in it. In addition, in addition to the other vitamins and minerals, right? All right, so let's get going. Let's get going because I need some energy this morning. I need my energy to boost up. So this is my energy boosting smoothie quickly, right? So I'm going to be using kale. A lot of protein this morning. I need protein. I want some protein. So this is how my go-to when I want extra protein, right? So let's get rolling. Let's get started. So I'm going to put in my, you know what? I'm going to put in my kale first. I'm going to use some kale. It's all washed and clean. I'm going to use kale, right? So this is probably about 3 to 5 kale leaves that I'm using for my smoothie. You see that? Oh. And then I'm going to go ahead and use a spoon. And I'm just going to use about a teaspoon of this chlorella. About a teaspoon of that there. Is that a teaspoon? Let's see. Chlorella could be pretty strong, but it's pretty healthy, right? So there's that. Next, I want to add my hemp parts. I'm going to add my hemp parts. I'm going to do a tablespoon of hemp parts. Tablespoon of hemp parts. This is my go-to smoothie when I want lots of energy. Next, I'm going to do some sunflower butter, more protein. Remember I said this is my power pack smoothie, so I'm using a lot of protein today. So I'm just going to use, you see that? I'm going to use, this is about, I like to use about a tablespoon of sunflower butter. You can use almond butter, also cashew butter. There's different butters. I love this brand because, you know, it's, of course, once again, I love that brand. But you choose whatever brand you use. Just want to make sure it's organic, whatever you buy, right? And you can find this in your local grocery store. Sometimes if you cannot find these items in your local grocery stores, look online to see if you can find a natural food store, right? Because typically all of your natural food stores are going to have these. You know, you can find this probably in Sprouts. Walmart and Target will probably not have these items because this is more on a holistic level, healthier level. And although all grocery stores are now on track to have a section for healthier living, you probably may not find this in Walmart. I don't know, you can check, but I would definitely look online if you can't find it in your local store, your grocery store, or if you're not close to a healthier food store. Look online and be super careful when you are selecting these items for your body, right? Okay, next, I'm going to use my, I'm going to add mangoes and bananas, and this probably is going to be super sweet, and I don't like it super sweet, but I'm feeling that I want to do mangoes this morning with some bananas. That's a good taste. So when you get your protein, you mix up your all of your greens and everything is going to have a nice blend to it. It's not going to seem so sweet, you know. So you still want to be careful with your sugar intake, right? For those of you who might have you know, problems with your sugar, whatever, you want to be super careful, and maybe just do something like blueberries, some type of berries, right? Which is, you know, I did a video on brain boosting blueberries, wild blueberries. So go check that video out. But anyway, I'm using mangoes and bananas this morning. So, and the rule of thumb is, you know, this is my mini blender that I love, my on the go, fast, quick mini blender. I know many of you ask about what type of blender this is. This is a Hamilton Beach mini blender. I call it my mini blender because it makes me enough of smoothie that I want for the time that I need it, right? Just one mason jar is what I want when I'm in a hurry and on the go, right? So we're gonna blend that up and we're gonna see how that goes. So let's see how this goes. Green, right? Green means, it just means that, to me, when I see green, it means that it's going to support my body and for what it needs. I like my smoothies a little thicker, so I'm going to add the rest of this mango that I have right here. Okay, and sometimes depending on if you want it thick or thin, if it's too thin, add more fruit or vegetables, whatever, you know, to make it thicker, or you can add some ice. You can also add ice to make it thicker. But let me see if these mangoes are gonna make it, the rest of the mangoes that I use is gonna make it a little more thicker. I didn't use blueberries today, but I do blueberries every day, pretty much every day. So I'll have them later, maybe in something else. But for this, I didn't want to do any. I didn't want to do any blueberries. Now, this, let's taste this and see how it came out. We're gonna pour it in our mason jar and look at that greatness. Just gorgeous color. So I call this my morning energy drink. Quick, fast, give me a boost. It's a brain booster too. All the iron and the vitamins that's inside of this. Oh, it looks so good. So let's see what it tastes like. It's good. It's so delicious. And the good thing about this smoothie is, even though I used the bananas and the mangoes, you know, which bananas have a high sugar intake, but it's natural sugar. So, which is why it's always good to do your smoothies and your juices in the morning, especially if you're adding, you know, something like mangoes and bananas, you know. So think about, here's a rule of thumb. Depending on what type of fruit you're adding to your smoothies or your juices, if it's high in sugar, you want to get them in the morning, you know, because that way you have all day to burn off that sugar, as opposed to doing it at night before you go to bed. Now, if you do a smoothie that has just mainly greens, you know, like leafy greens, kale, spinach, you know, that type, and you might only use one fruit, then it's okay to use, later in the day. Like, because the thing is, you don't want a sugar spike and then you're up all night because you're hyped up with the sugar, right? Even though this is natural sugar, you still want to be cognizant of the fact that what are you eating and drinking before you go to bed at night that's going to disturb your sleep. You don't want anything that's going to disturb your sleep at night, and sugar can be one of those things that's going to disturb your sleep because it gives you almost like a natural high, right? So, but that's why I mix up my smoothies with a combination. You always want a combination. I'm not talking about diversity a lot in my videos. Diversifying your foods, diversifying your fruits, because you want to make sure that you're going to get the proper nutrients, the proper vitamins, and the proper minerals that your body needs on a kind of like a rotating basis, right? So, but anyhow, this is my quick energy boosting smoothie, and it's also brain boosting when you feel lethargic, tired from the night before. Depending on what you ate or drank the night before, it could be the downfall of why you're feeling tired and lethargic the next morning. So you always want to be cognizant, aware of what you're eating the night before, because it's going to determine what you feel like the next day and how long you stay up at night. So, remember, all of these things play an intricate role in how our body functions on a regular basis, daily, right? How late are we staying up at night? Are we getting the proper rest at night? Are we getting the proper foods and the nutrients that our body needs the night before so we can thrive the next morning? And if we're not feeling like we're thriving the next morning, or we're not feeling like we're full of energy the next morning, just keep a food diary of what you had the night before. What did you do the night before? What type of activities were you involved in the night before that may be causing your energy to drain for the next morning? Because who wants to be tired, right, when they wake up the next morning? And perhaps if you are tired on a regular basis, every morning that you wake up, there could be some other underlying condition that might be going on inside your body, and you want to get that checked out, of course. But however, this quick, fast, energy boosting smoothie is full of iron, vitamin B12. It has all the vitamins and nutrients, omega-3s in it. It has omega-6 in it. It just vitamin C. It's full. And so that's why it's an energy boosting smoothie. All right, beautiful. Hey, listen, if you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the community of holistic bosses who are here to inspire, educate one another. We're here to lift each other up in whatever area of our life that we need that lifting, right? We are on point to optimal health and well-being, and we want to make sure that you are involved in that as well. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below if you have not already done so, and while you're there, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload new content, a new video. And by all means, give me a thumbs up if you like this video and what I've shared today, and share it with your circle of influencers, those women who are in your circle and that might need this content, that might need this help as well, so they too, we can live all healthy in this environment. We want to be healthy, live healthy, look healthy, and feel healthy, right? So having said that, you have yourself an amazing day, and remember to stay whole, healthy, and happy. Take care. Bye-bye.